kicked off the first day of the road trip with a 6-hour drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco. We stopped about halfway for a bite to eat at Denny's, where I got my first cup of road trip fuel.
Well, here's cup number 1. Cheers, guys. That's terrible.
After a couple of cups of coffee at Denny's and a Stumptown cold brew on the road, we made our way into San Francisco via the Bay Bridge.
San Francisco's home to about 800,000 people, and I'm assuming that most of them are coffee drinkers, considering the fact that it's only a 231 square mile city, and there are over 300 coffee shops for me to visit. We're gonna stop by Blue Bottle first, which I'm really excited about. I've never tried it, I hear only good things.
Gotta learn how to talk about it.
There you go, New Orleans iced coffee.
Excellent, cheers. Wow, it's amazing.
How about this? Check this out. Our Kyoto iced coffee, which are those drippers over there. The drippers are dialed in to drip about 1 drip of water onto the grounds every 3 seconds. This EMT came in here once and said that's the same for an IV, and it goes for about 18 hours.
After catching some Blue Bottle right at closing time, we figured we'd try to hit one more coffee roaster before nightfall, so we stopped by 4 Barrel Coffee in the Mission to bring my coffee count to 6 cups for the first day.
Oh yeah.
So the next morning we met up with our friend Charlie, a really chill dude with a lot of knowledge about the city. He showed us around some really beautiful parts of San Francisco and also brought us to one of his favorite roaster/cafes in the Soma district, Sightglass.
You ever heard of that one down in Los Angeles?
I have.
Well, Brandon hasn't read what's actually on here. I'm gonna ask him, what are the first 3 things that come to your mind when you drink this coffee? Nice sip. You get a tangerine?
I get a little fruity for sure.
Yeah?
A little fruity.
Perhaps an apricot?
No.
Any caramel?
Yes.
All right.
Caramel. I like that.
You got it. You got 1 of 3.
It's a good description.
Is this what they do? That's what the guys behind us are doing, so I'm gonna... Oh, Lord! What's funny about it is that, like, you get 1 taste, and then when it hits the back of your tongue, I feel like you get a different
Well,
taste.
this is the whole, when you sip the coffee, tasting-wise, you're supposed to do really tight lips and like a really hard, and so it sprays all over the back of your tongue, and immediately you get the full flavor profile.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that tastes hella different.
Yeah, it's different, right?
That's weird, man.
Gives you all of it.
So after having a busy day with Charlie and hitting cup number 10, we headed back to Haight-Ashbury where we were staying with some friends. Amongst those friends was Carrie. Carrie's a surfer from Hawaii who designed an eco-friendly and super dope-looking coffee brewing system that was inspired by one of the ones he had seen in Costa Rica during a surf trip.
Wow. Hell yeah. So here we are on day 3. I just got my first cup of coffee Jessy grabbed for me from People's Cafe down the street.
We headed to North Beach to meet up with Luciano, the owner and head roaster at Graffeo Coffee. Opened by his father in 1935, Luciano is still running it today, keeping the Graffeo Coffee Company in the family. One of the keys to their everlasting success is that they've never been in the business of brewing coffee. They're strictly focused on the roast.
This is done with very, very strict temperature parameters, and we control it to 1 degree. Yeah. So there's very little room for error here. Mm-hmm. The roasting process is, of course, controlled by a computer. The computer reads all the functions of the roast.
You see that the secret is that the bean should be the same color on the inside as it is on the outside. There it is.
Yeah, I can't wait to taste the coffee, man.
Let's go taste some.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anything done well is an art, but roasting coffee is first and foremost a technology. Mm. And then if you do it right, then you can kind of call it an art. Yeah. But, you know, I don't like to hide anything with smoke and mirrors and make it look like something that it isn't.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going right here. It's one of the oldest cafes in San Francisco, actually.
I love it. Well, cheers.
To you. Thank you.
Wow.
What's wrong?
It's great.
No bitterness.
I gotta say, I'm not a latte or cappuccino kind of guy. It's a little too much milk.
Very important for you gentlemen to realize that Americans basically don't drink that much coffee. They drink coffee-flavored milk drinks.
Yeah.
Most of the drinks that are served today are 75% milk, 10% coffee, and 10-15% flavoring of any kind.
Yeah, yeah. You're not tasting the coffee.
That's
You're
correct.
changing everything around
That's
it
correct.
to, you know,
That's correct.
form a milkshake.
That's
You
correct.
know?
Which is nothing wrong with, but you're not tasting the coffee.
I mean, hey, I guess different strokes for different
Folks, that's
but-
fine.
Yeah.
When we opened in May of 2005, I mean, as far as good coffee, it was us and the Blue Bottle on Linden Alley. They opened in January of 2005, we opened in May of 2005. So it's basically us at pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
And there was a great symbiotic relationship, like, you know, people would say, I've never had anything like this, and we'd be like, oh, check out Blue Bottle, and the Blue Bottle baristas would all send people to us, and they were like, this is the only place in town, and it's like, actually, no, there is one other spot. You know, part of what my sort of ambitious goals were for Ritual was to elevate the standard of coffee in the Bay Area, and I kept being like, how is that going to happen? How do I do that? And looking around now in 2013, like, I believe that San Francisco is one of the top 5 cities in the world for coffee.
Sure.
I mean, I'm really proud to have had a hand in that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys, so that's all of our time in San Francisco. I've had nothing short of a great cup of coffee at every roaster we've ended up at. I look forward to the rest of the trip, and Portland, here we come. All right, so we're in the middle of nowhere. I need my coffee. Denny's. I guess I'm gonna go to McDonald's.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. I can take your order when you're ready, please.
I would love a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Hello.
Can I get you to pull all the way forward? We got to brew a fresh pot of coffee.
Sure. I'll park. Wow, they're bringing it fresh just for me too. That's thrilling. Gonna work.